10 inmates in a New Orleans prison escaped together simultaneously, like all of them together at the same time, and are still roaming around. I think at this point they've caught a few, but we're going to get into finding out a little bit about this. So I thought it's interesting. I haven't seen this many in a real life scenario before. It seems like something that happens in movies, but let's hop in. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, get into the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Okay.
Right now, there's a massive manhunt underway as police search for 9 inmates who escaped from a jail in New Orleans. Officials believe the inmates may have gotten help from inside the sheriff's department. 10 total inmates escaped the Orleans Parish Jail, but one has already been captured. Another inmate believed to have escaped was actually found in another cell. Officials discovered the inmates were missing this morning, but now police say they escaped around midnight. All of the men are accused of violent crimes. At least one of them has been convicted of murder, and another faces a second-degree murder charge. New photos from inside the jail show a...
Ew. So this is how they got out. They climbed through this little hole. No, I'm just kidding. They pulled this toilet out and they squeezed through these rails. I think they're saying that they squeezed through the rails.
Toilet ripped from the wall. And handwritten messages saying "too easy" and "we innocent." The sheriff says the inmates escaped.
Well, if you was innocent before, you ain't innocent now. And now your crime is you escaping from prison. I'm just saying.
Through the hole, climbed a jail wall, and ran across the interstate.
Some of the infrastructure, some of the fixtures were removed. We know that this could not be removed from the inside. So we are investigating that to see exactly who entered these areas, what kind of work was done, if there was work being done, and if this is an inside job.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, whenever the facility isn't up to par, and since somebody slips out, somebody makes it out. Of course, they're not going to say, oh, it was the facility is jacked up. They're not going to say that. No. Absolutely not, because then they have to fix things and that costs some money. So instead they say, you know what, who in here that works here do we not like? We would like to accuse you of assisting with this. This only happened because you opened the door. You did it. It's not the facility. It ain't this stuff. It ain't us. It's you. Okay, that's basically what they're going for now. They immediately go into, we think it's an inside job. Now I do think somebody did it. Like I don't know if it was I mean, it may have been them working in the yard and stuff. Maybe they got behind there, noticed that, unscrewed it, and then later, that's why they were trying to get into this room. But you'll see what I mean.
Investigators say the inmates were able to get out of their cells because the locks were defective.
Okay, so this is the footage of the actual inside of the place when they were trying to get into, this cell, this particular cell. It's like a handicap cell, right? I'm pretty sure that's what we're seeing here. This guy in the orange right here, he's trying to force this door open because clearly he must know that that's the one that has the toilet thing that can be moved and they can get through there. So plan. So he's going to be like trying to force it. Now, if this is around midnight though, it's like, why are these inmates like just roaming around in here just free and it's almost midnight? I feel like they should have bedtime at like 8:30. Like, I feel like inmates, especially guys, like they need to be sitting the fuck down. He know it's gonna open. Like all these doors, you can get them open, and then to have them right on top of the thingy, on top of the wall where the hole is, to say we innocent. Are we all 10 of y'all innocent? And then you're gonna see his little buddy, one of his little buddies that must be in on it. And no, there you go. He's like, oh, gold mine. Okay, it's time to go. Is it time? And so he gonna help. Oh, here we go. And then all of a sudden, look, 1 o'clock. At 1:01, they all just come running out. See, now they got this footage and this says 1:01. If this is at 1:01, them come running out of this place and they all just squeeze by the shitter. Okay, like the toilets. You would think that they would be a little muddier. Like something to me is telling me that that may not even be how they got out. What it's looking like to me is that little hole with the toilet, and I think they use that as an excuse of how they got out. But I don't think that's even how they got out. I think these people I think they're so chillaxed. Somebody messed up, and they just were easily able to get out. And they don't want to say that because then they're going to look too chillaxed. So they don't want to say. So they're blaming it on, these 10 inmates being sneaky enough to squeeze through these tiny little bars to freedom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying, okay? So then this is the interstate. So this is how they escape. So they're going to run across here. And they're going to run across. You'll barely see them here. You'll only see them show up once they get to this little highway thing. You'll see some little feetsies running across. Like the only people who should have an excuse to try escaping from prison are the ones who got life already. Like, there you go. See one? There's one running across. Boop. See him? And there's two.
Authorities did not realize they were missing until several hours later. Officials say 10 inmates broke out of the jail sometime after midnight. Trayson Bragg joins us in studio. This is quite something here, Trayson.
Absolutely, Lynn. We are learning more about how these 10 inmates were able to escape from the jail. Take a look at this photo. Law enforcement now saying the inmates escaped through this hole that you see right there.
Yeah, I'm not buying. I ain't buying what you're selling. Like, them squeezing through these bars is looking improbable to me. It's looking improbable. If anything, I'd say they may have drawn this to give the illusion, to make these people believe that this is how they went. Oh, you want to know how we got out? This right here. Just believe this. When really they just had the keys the whole time. Where did they go? What did they do?
Where this toilet was actually removed. You can see messages like "too easy, LOL," "catch us when you can." Also, this large smiley face here and some other messages that we had to blur out because they're expletives. But now take a look at the escaped inmates who are all considered violent offenders. Law enforcement saying they should all be considered armed and dangerous.
Which I thought was weird. They all should be. Now, dangerous. Yes. Armed and dangerous? Where are you getting that? Where are you getting that part from? When the police say armed and consider them armed and dangerous, it means when you see them, just go ahead and pull the trigger. Like, oh, if you see them, pull the trigger. This is a lot of range of face. There's a whole lot of people in New Orleans that's going to fit some descriptions. This is ranging a lot. We got the light skin. Okay. We got the no hair. We got the short dreads. We got some long dreads. We got chocolate. Okay. We got round face, skinny face. We got all the different hues of brown all the way to super chocolate. Every single solitary black man is going to fit the description. So they get all these people and they just put a target on them saying, consider them armed and dangerous. I hope you're not wearing white, green, black, or orange tonight. Okay. Stay home. Stay home, okay? And in the times we live in now, I can see them just knocking on random doors saying you fit a description. I don't think you even need to be outside to catch some of this smoke. These are the times that we living in, okay? This is some dangerous stuff. These all have the targets on the back of armed and dangerous. So as soon as they see you, they're gonna pull trigger, and they're gonna be justified because the police said consider them armed and dangerous. Oh my God, that is crazy.
Officials say one of the escaped inmates was already convicted of murder.
You know, it would be great if you told us which one. It'd be great if you told us which one. Which one was convicted of murder so that we can know which one of these is the most dangerous. I want to know. And which one did you already find? These are things to tell. Which one did you already find so that we can check him off the list of these faces? Like, what if this one is the last, is the one you already found? So he ain't even on the list. But then I see a guy walking by that looks just like this. And I'm like, oh, there he is. But no, this one has already been caught. It would be good to say that. And which one is the killer? Tell us which one is the killer so that, there's levels. There's levels to this. Okay? There's levels. People love to act like there ain't fucking levels until it counts for them. Then there's levels.
Others were facing charges including first and second degree murder and attempted murder.
Ooh.
One of the escapees has been recaptured. Now, this all started around 1 a.m. according to investigators. The sheriff there says the inmates were able to breach their cells due to defective locks. They somehow pulled the slider doors off their tracks, then headed to what the sheriff described as a
What do you mean somehow pulled him off? He was yanking the shit out of him. He knew that at some point it was going to give. He knew that was going to give.
a handicap cell where they removed a toilet from the wall and escaped through the hole that we showed you, that hole there, eventually climbing the perimeter wall of the Orleans Parish Jail. The breach wasn't discovered until 8:30 this morning during a routine head count. And get this, the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office says the toilet could not have been removed from inside the cell.
No, the toilet was not supposed to have been able to remove from inside the cell. There you go. Like that's what it was supposed to have been. It's not what it was. It was removable from inside the cell because they removed it from inside the cell. They got it all from there. Now y'all figure out how, if that's even how they got. I don't even think that's how they got out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that this is a diversion. I think this was a diversion. They're like, well, if we let them know this is how we got out, they're going to fix it and no one else can use it later. But what if it's not the way they got out? And now they're going to be over here while they're study fixing this, that way that those ones actually got out, those 10 actually got out, a completely different way that no one's going to be paying any mind to. So more can get out. Next thing you know, there's nobody in this prison. Just inmates. I mean, just correctional officers standing around staring at each other. Okay? That's what's going to be happening.
So they believe someone on their staff may have helped the inmates escape. It's important to note here, the sheriff of the Orleans Parish says she's warned about the defective locks since taking office, asking for the more than $5 million needed to fix or replace them. But she says nothing was done. We reached out to Houston police. They tell us so far they have not received any alerts about the missing inmates from New Orleans. Len?
Very difficult story, and we know bad things can happen when inmates get away and you don't find them right away. Trayson, thank you. We'll continue to follow.
Ain't that something? Yeah, bad things can happen. Bad things can happen when inmates get out and nothing happens. Nobody finds them right away. Yeah, okay. So 10 inmates were able to get out of the prison. Some convicted murderers. Some we don't know what they were in for, but it don't matter because they're all they it must have been bad enough for them to run away. So they must all had life. I would hope so. I would hope they all had life because I can't imagine you getting like 15 years and then you escape. You know they're gonna find you. I mean, unless you are a billionaire and you go to prison and they get you out, then I mean you might be able to hide forever. You got $1 billion, that means you got help. But you know, I don't think these guys have that. It's just not the feeling that I'm getting is that they have that. So they know they're only going to get like a couple of nights of freedom before they get picked up. They know that, you know, it's not going to be worth it to now just add on an extra 10 years or some shit to your sentence. But let's see if there's been any updates.
We have active leads on the other escapees. We have approximately 200 agents, officers out there. People are talking. We appreciate that. We know that the second person that we got into custody was actually an actual Crime Stopper tip. And Darlene Cosenza will speak to you again at the close of this brief update for you. But the 3 people that we do have in custody are Kendall Miles, Robert Moody, and Keenan Dennis.
Well, that'd be nice if you show us photos of the ones you got. Like, I don't know those guys, so I'm not gonna.
Those are the 3 that are currently in custody.
Okay.
We want to remind people to call Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111. We always say this, but it's very important that people understand we don't need your name. We don't want your name. We just want your information. And if it does lead to the capture of one of these escapees, it's $5,000 cash.
One of the news people asked if the people should feel like they're in danger, just kind of walking the streets right now with them loose. If the police are going to tell you that consider them armed and dangerous and we don't know where they at, then yes, clearly you're supposed to be feeling not at ease and I mean the whole point of escaping is to not go back. So which means they'll do anything to not go back, which means take you with them. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, if the worst case scenario is for them to get caught, then they're capable of kind of anything at this point. So, yeah, I'd say dangerous. All right.
People who are fugitives right now are dangerous people. Is the general public right now, should they panic? And the answer is no. Now, our number one mission, despite anything else right now,
They really do not want you to panic, even when you're supposed to panic. Like, in all honesty, right now, we should all be panicking. We should all be panicking. We're in a time machine that's not going in the right direction. You know, usually you in a time machine, you going to the future. I'm like, I want to get to the future. Who the fuck wants to go in the past? Like, I want to go. I want to see what's next. I want a hoverboard that actually hovers, not with wheels. Okay. I want to have what Michael J. Fox promised in Back to the Future. That's what I want. Okay. But they always this is how you know that whenever it gets so bad that it's like the end is coming, they're not going to tell us. This is how you know. This is evidence that you know. Yes, if you are in that general area, you should be extremely alarmed. You should be staying home. You should not be outside. There are 10, there was 10, now there's 7. 7 whole, if it's one individual, then yeah, it's like, now it's like the lottery. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it could be you, but what's the chances? I like my chances. You know what I'm saying? The chances I'm going to run into them, slim. 7, there could be one on every side of town. Like, so yeah, no. You should be panicking, but they don't want you to panic. They just want you to they want to tell you that this thing is happening, but not allow you to panic. I need to panic when I need to panic. Don't tell me when to panic.
is to get these people in custody.
Uh-huh.
So I think you can still, fully enjoy graduation ceremonies tomorrow.
What is this? And this guy had a whole bunch of clothes and stuff with him. Like, he brought his stuff with him. He didn't just come out. He came out with stuff.
Dinner out, the things that you would normally do. However, we just ask that you are mindful and you're attentive. You call us if you think that something is out of order. You call us. Sometimes people think, well, I don't want to call 911. What if I am wrong? But what if you're right? And so call us. But don't panic. Just simply continue living and enjoying life. We're going to keep you updated until every single one of them are accounted for and back in custody.
As of 12 hours ago, I guess it was, as of 12 hours ago, they were down to the 7 missing. So they got 3 of them back in custody. I wonder what they did in their little adventures, those 3. And I wonder what kind of hole they're in right now. They're in a hole. I don't know what the hole is in prison, but I know that they don't like it. So, it's probably a wonderful place for them, I guess. I don't know. I can't relate. And, if I have my way, I will never be able to relate, okay, to them type of problems, okay? Y'all behave, because I'm not going to do it. Absolutely not. Just know it's just not my stilo. It's not my thing. It's not my style. You know what I'm saying? But mama love you. Yes, she do. Ooh, peace.